I'm a current Las Vegas City Councilman, but we've been empty nested now for 5 months. We've got our baby up at UNR, and so my wife and I and her parents and my dad and our kids have decided I'm going to run for United States Senate in 2016.
So how's the campaign going?
You know, it's about 4 weeks old. We've been on the Lincoln Day tours throughout rural Nevada and Washoe County as well, and western Nevada, and all the way out to Elko and Ely. And I have to say the reception's been pretty good. And I ran for governor in 2006, came in second in a 5-way primary, lost to the governor. But I made apparently a lot of friends during those days, because I've had a lot of people come up to me and say that they were fans then and they're ready to go now. And the big challenge here is to make sure that we don't let Harry Reid win our primary again.
How has your position on the city council been to teach you a little bit more, or helped influence you to take this next step?
You know, it's interesting. A lot of people think of the government as one entity, but it's actually about 200 silos, each populated with the smartest guys in town. And so when you serve in the state legislature, which I did for 10 years, you're very focused on a set of issues that belong to state government. And now I've had 2 years in local government in Clark County, and you learn a whole bunch of new things that you didn't even think about in the state legislature. I think all of it's very good preparation to go back to Washington and represent us, but in a common sense sort of way. What Washington is doing now is simply not sustainable. You just can't continue to borrow to pay for your groceries and your payroll at your 7-Eleven. Every client, I'm a CPA, every client I've ever had that borrowed to make their groceries was closed in 6 months.
And being a certified public accountant would help you in this position.
Well, I know my way around a financial statement, and I'm fairly capable of detecting, shall we say, financial horsepucky. Is that what they deal us out in Washington? I think so. And so, yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple stuff. Most people get it. Look, the only reason you borrow, the only reason I borrow is to buy a big fixed asset that we've penciled out is easier for us to buy and maintain for 20 years than it is to rent. The stuff going on in Washington is simply nonsensical, just way too much self-interested. Politicians back there like it because they get to hand out checks back home, and that's great, but it's not sustainable. It will eventually come to a crashing halt. The longer we perpetuate this borrowing to make payroll, the worse it's going to be. So we need to get to it now, make the transition to normal living easier and gentler.
How can people get involved in your campaign? Do you have a website?
I do. It's beersfornevada.org. Beers in Nevada are spelled out. The 4 is a number. You can also just Google my name, Bob Beers, and my cell phone comes up next to it, and I answer. So I'd encourage anyone who's interested in helping me save America, frankly, because the water's swirling around the drain, to give me a call.